Alrighty, everyone. September is very close to a close. It's only like some days left until that. October is around the corner, literally. And trick-or-treaters, I hope you guys and gals always have something in plan to make up for what possibility you can't do because of this pandemic. So, just it's all about the spirit of Halloween, and just do what you can and just celebrate the horrors of life, because that's basically what Halloween is horrors of life. So anyway, um, but that's just my opinion. So it's been quite the last bit of the month for me. Um, One, confrontation with family like everyone else would have. But Triggerment happened and I deleted everything on my laptop. Yeah. So I basically pulled my own trigger. So, starting it over again, it's not fun, but hey, you know, it gives me a chance to kind of like get my hands into my pocket, part of saying, and just grabbing out something new that I have never done before in terms of new art style, new way of doing things and stuff like that. So if I can change from a bad situation to a good situation in terms of what can keep me going spiritually, physically, and whatever and whatnot, then America can too. So speaking of America, uh, shoot, I knew I was gonna grab my phone. Okay, okay. Sorry about that. Um, I recently took a survey at work, and you know how surveys go. They make you ask yes and no questions. They make you rate of how you think you're doing and what the places think it's doing, even though it may not matter, because basically that's kind of like what voting is. Um, Even though I'm not really voting. But I had this stupid urge to kind of ask this political question. And let me get this up here. I'm going to zoom into it. And the question was, why do you feel your leader has not created a climate open to sharing? Okay, that's not the point. I don't like to share things at work, because what happens at work stays at work. It's kind of like the same thing for the scene of Hollywood. Um, about the concerns around racism and civil unrest. Okay, so you really want to know what I feel? And I literally went all at it. So this is what I said. I have a hard time understanding on what this country is going through. I believe we are in a pandemic, but I don't believe we're not going through racial unrest. Okay. You might think I'm a racist because of saying that. I am not a racist. I believe blacks, whites, and everyone else should be treated as a human being. That might sound like equalism, but there's a difference between equalism and just treating everyone with respect and respecting everyone's opinions and stuff like that, because we gotta get back to that. I mean, we gotta communicate, we gotta make things work. If things are not working, you face it head on and try to make it right. Okay, back to this. Civil unrest, to be honest, I fear for this country in what the electoral college. You know what I'm talking about, right? Hillary and Trump. Hillary should have won. I never voted for Hillary. I never voted for Trump. I just watch it all go down. And you guys know the rest. That it would prevent Trump, like they did to Hillary. History is going to keep repeating itself unless can come to agreement. That is what is going to save this country of America and pretty much any other country that's going through the same crap as we are. That's how we're going to heal if we talk to each other. Come to a meeting. It doesn't have to be the gigantic meeting in the whole world because we can't have that stuff yet. But we gotta communicate. No more violence. No more street protesting. No more looting. No more this. No more that. Those that wants to keep doing that, you're making the whole situation for everyone else that wants to make this country, for what we have left, the best of it. I love this country. Okay, good. I love this country and to death, and the feeling of the thought of this country becoming towards socialism. If Trump doesn't win, Biden will. Biden is a socialist. Does that mean this country is going to fall as a capitalism and turn into socialism? I want to believe that capitalism won't, be blown off the face of the earth. Part of saying. But socialism is something that is not just going to make everyone equal, but equal in terms of we got no spirit left, and basically you got nothing else to go forward on. So socialism might have some of its benefits. Socialism has its downs, just like capitalism. Everything that we do has its ups and downs. Right now we're at its downs, and we need to get back up. For what people is thinking about what the country's going through is bad now, wait until it happens. If it happens. 95% chance of both ways of having it go at it. You're going to find out the harder way, no matter what. This pandemic should have been a great opportunity for everyone to cooperate, but sadly, that didn't last for long. You know that. The person that was killed was not a saint, was not a bad guy. He just did a bad thing, and he just couldn't cooperate. And that's how you know what the story is. So for those that cannot cooperate, even if those that did something illegal or not, cooperation is the main key to successfully go throughout your day. You can hate the person so dang much. Hurting them, killing them, that ain't gonna do nothing. Call them out, fine, okay, whatever. But it goes so far to the point that it's like, okay, so we're gonna make you win because you won't shut the fuck up. Who am I talking to? Nobody. There's nothing over here. But I'm like talking to someone. Yeah, I hate to over-explain things. The entire country is going backwards, history-wise, repeating itself over and over and over and over. I can just keep saying that word over and over and over and over and over and over and over. The Constitution is becoming in shambles. The government is at some type of confrontational. I don't know what kind it is. I really don't give two F's about it. But this is why I don't want to vote. Because I love this country to death. But I don't want to vote. Because I don't give two craps about them. Because they can't come up to agreement. Everything's becoming politics. I would be so happy if they take this coronavirus off the politics list and treat it as it is, so more people can be saved. Instead of this yes no, mask no, yes mask. You get the gist. But due to me talking about the Constitution becoming a shambles, that's just my opinion. You know, opinions is opinion, but I'm kind of really at the concern point about it. People against people, family against family. That is true. I mean, that's always going to happen. But as long as we're friends at the end, family at the end, bygones like bygones, you know, that's such a saying. This country is in trouble politically and spiritually. What made this country to be was its spiritual intent on becoming free. Free not just because to become free because you can think you can do whatever the hell you want. Free from hate, from crimes, from terror, from war. Free from communism. Yeah, communism. Free from anything that would keep this country for what it's supposed to be. For freedom, happy, and justice. We must all become Americans again. Whatever I was talking to my phone, not every single word that I said it was that I read. But basically, I was just explaining what I was saying. I couldn't just put down a gigantic book full. I mean, they only gave me about like 1,000 words to say. And I only had 10 syllables left. I put my heart, my anger, my frustration, and everything into that paragraph. They had the urge to ask what my feelings were, and I gave it to them. Are they going to care about that? Well, if they really did care about that and had some type of negative effect on it, I want to have a job now. But hey, you know, sometimes it takes some time to really figure out when that would, you know, if that would really happen. I hope it won't. But I put down what I said. I want to come to work away from politics. But politics is everywhere. But there's politics and mixed messages that's going to hurt everyone's lives. There's certain things that needs to be politics, and there's certain things that needs to be real. Politics is hurting this country. Politics can only go so far out of its way to make sure that every single thing is controversial and stuff like that. Common sense is one thing that this country is lacking, and that needs to be reassured. There's a lot of things wrong with this country, but this country is something that you should be happy that you live in. You can make a difference. We all can make a difference if we try to look for the light, for the bright side, for the good, and for all the history that has made this America, the United States, for what makes it great. For those that are learning in schools that you're being taught that America is the worst place you can ever live in, I am so sorry that you have to go through all that stuff. But you should know that you should just take it with a grain of salt. Put it off to the side. If you really have that anger towards it, talk to the teachers. Some teachers are going to be like, I agree. I don't like teaching this stuff, but it's my job. The government is controlling the schools. That's telling them to teach how to make the country turn it into turmoil. For the rich that's controlling this country, they think they can do whatever they want. That's not patriotism. You run this country for the right reasons. You do it because you know it's right. Not just because you think it's right because you got money. Being American is the best thing you can ever do, and you have to make it right. Just be yourself every day. Go for whatever positive outlooks you can find. And if you can't find a positive outlook, then make one yourself. Express it the best way that you can without having to cause so much of anger upon everyone else, because this is not what America is right now. America is literally dying, and it's dying right in my face, and everyone's faces, for those that loves this country so much like I do. We just gotta stick together. We'll make it through this. No matter what happens, we're all Americans. Take care, everyone. Stay healthy.